want to do what now?
Just for the weight purpose, convert 10 of the gold, or like 1,000 of the gold into platinums. And then I think we'll just distribute equally the rest of the gold amongst the party.
So it's 1 to 10, right? So 1,000 gold is 100 platinum, I believe. Is that right?
Is it a 1 to 10? Is it all 110? 10 copper, so. 10 silver, 10 gold, 10 yeah. Okay.
I believe
decimal.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
That they standardized that in D&D, so I just assumed.
Still 350 gold is a lot of coins. So before we get the last 2 or 3 platinum, does anyone need a full purse of 50 gold, or at least 50? So like,
I think probably we all do, honestly, because I think we were like pooling money to get stuff before we sold stuff off.
I've actually never bought anything.
I don't know.
That's why we trust you with the money, dude.
Yeah.
It doesn't buy.
I just wanted a little bit so that if I showed up someplace completely,
No, I think it's a good idea that everybody has like some traveling change for sure.
Karam, put 50 gold on your person, just like we gave Glug Glug. Okay, put 50, because now we're down to 300.
I'll do the same.
Is that on top? You already spent that other 40?
Yeah, on top of the other that you already took off. Yes.
Okay, so now I'm down to 250. So Glug Glug, Karam, and Alll have all taken 50 gold each.
Yep.
Okay, so we have 100 platinum, 250 gold, and 69 silver. Niles.
Yeah.
What are we giving him?
What's your gold like, sir?
I have 5.
So yeah, give him 52.
Okay.
At 50 as well.
50 gold, 52 gold. You know I was going to do that dad joke, didn't you? 50 gold to Niles. He'll invest it when he teleports away. I'm sure he'll come back twice.
And Ryan, so what you're telling me is you're gold rich? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I think I bought my hand wraps ages ago. But
no, you found them.
Really?
Yeah, we found those hand wraps, dude.
They're on the boat.
So I've never invested in like
rags.
There are the bracers of armor, which I could use, but like the ones that are at like, there's the one that gives me +1 to AC, which is like 400 gold, but then there's the ones that give +2 to AC, but that's like 4,500. So
yeah, we don't have that much, but we can afford, if you want the bracers, we can afford them. Oh, you have them
bracers
already.
No, sorry, he's got bracers of missile deflection right now.
Yeah. And he would go to bracers of armor for the straight AC benefit.
Right, which then I could then put an armor AC ruin on.
Yeah, but see, like, you need to, like, I don't give you an AC bonus. Like, you need to get shot at and say, as a reaction, once a day, right, a ranged weapon, hits you, but it doesn't critically hit me.
Right.
And we'll never remember to do that.
No.
So maybe you want to sell those like yesterday.
Sell those off and then buy a pair of bracers of armor, and we'll take it out of the party funds. I think it's a worthwhile investment. Anybody else need any fancy stuff like that?
Ruin right now there, guys? Doug and Joe, I imagine you guys are popping. I guess.
He wants to slap a rune on the bracers?
Yep.
You guys don't.
Oh.
I don't have an armor ruin.
You can peel it.
I don't know if magical items like that can have runes put on them.
Yes, they can. They just can't. You can't double up. So, like, if you have like bracers of armor that give you AC plus, you can't put an AC plus rune on an AC plus item. That doesn't work. But he could take his bracers of missiles deflection and apply a rune of resilience to them.
I'm hoping so, because I'm typing in bracer and I'm getting like nothing.
Because now it's called the Bands of Force.
Yeah, they might have different names.
Yeah,
they may have been orked, Jeff.
No, here we go.
No offense, Glug Glug.
God, so racist.
There's like greater and lesser racers of deflection, blah blah. But anyway.
The last place you can be racist on the internet is by playing
Dungeons and Dragons.
Pathfinder.
Yeah.
There's no other racist places on the internet.
As long as we're sure.
Racism is only okay in fiction.
That's right. Wait.
All right, so
Dwarf,
that's what you guys are
an
going to try and do is
orc, and a
actually like
half-elf.
buy a rune and inscribe it instead of giving up these missile deflection.
You can fix talismans. That's the talisman.
Are we sure that we can do this? You can take a bracer missile deflection and add.
Well, you can take a
+1
band of force
AC.
and affix a talisman to it. If that makes any difference. I don't know. I don't normally do this armor thing. It's kind of new to me.
I'll tell you what. He does it. We'll spend the money, and if it's not in the rules, the magic fades, and that's why people in this world don't do it, because it becomes temporary, and we won't retcon any combat.
Well, no,
but you had that
the mechanic
plus,
for it is if you get the rune stones that are the one-off you activate it items, I can magically take the rune from the rune stones off of a rune stone and apply it to armor, and that action
Right,
is
but this is not
actually-
armor. He is unarmored. This is a magical item. And actually, I just gave myself this item in Path Builder. And unlike that, it doesn't have runes down at the bottom as it would
Oh,
for
really?
armor or weapons.
Oh, so
armor and weapons. And so bands of force are not, in fact, armor.
No, I'm talking about the deflection ones. I'd go the other direction. I'd keep his deflection ones and just apply like a rune of resilience to them if possible. But if they're not classed as armor,
yeah, but a
That's a different
resilience rune does
situation.
saving throws, not AC, and I think he was
Right.
after
What was
AC.
what was the previous thing he had?
Well, it's
He
bands of
has
force. I put a link of it in the chat.
Yeah,
he has-
Oh, no, I looked
Whoa,
up
whoa,
bands
whoa.
of force, and it does not work on bands of
on
force.
his sheet? He has bracers of missile deflection that he got from the adventure.
yeah, are they
That's-
armor?
That's no,
But it's
they're
right
not.
in the text.
No.
You can affix talismans to the band as though they were light armor.
You don't have the band.
but a
We're still
talisman
talking about the bracers.
isn't a rune.
All right,
Talisman is
standard
one use.
Okay, that was my
bracers of
question.
missile deflection is right. Is that right?
That's what he currently has on his character. He's talking about buying
Yep.
bands of force.
But yeah, the
Armband.
+1 AC bonus is important.
Grants you AC bonus to AC and saving throws. Max dexterity +5. Activate return force. A creature critically misses you with a melee strike.
It does not allow me to add a rune to the
Look at
bracers of missile deflection in Path Builder. Where
Yeah, it makes
does
sense
the
because
add
they're not
runes
a piece of armor. They're actually a magical item.
right.
that. Okay, so a 500 gold piece item. His bracers give him a +1 to saving throws and AC, the 8th level version, and as a reaction, when a creature critically misses you with a big whiff, you can shove him with the bands with an athletics modifier +14. You can do the Wonder Woman
The magic
and he goes
boof.
fly. Yeah, that's pretty
Mhm.
cool. It's an 8th level item, which you're allowed because you're 10th level. It's 500 gold.
Yeah.
It's a big chunk,
Alright.
but
Yeah, I shall do sweepy swap. Whoop, whoop.
All right, how much
Well,
are the missile deflection bracers worth?
all right, 1 second.
Not that much.
No.
It listed
52
at
gold.
52. Yeah, a
Yeah,
tenth,
so we-
a tenth
So
the
he'll get
price.
25 back.
Yep. 26 gold. Anyway, 500 gold, that's going to wipe out our gold and dip into our platinum. Actually, it's
Which
going
is
to take
fine.
half of our platinum, right? Because basically that platinum's going to go from 100 down to 50.
Yep.
But a mighty Ryan is a happy Ryan because the dude is part of our front line.
Yeah,
so-
he's like one of our
Oh,
main
it
front
helps.
lines.
All right.
Yeah,
I
because
do
now
like
at
to
least
scream and run in first.
now at least the front line is almost all the same for AC.
All right, there you go, sir. On your character and equip.
Yeah.
Woot woot. So, rise and shine, crack of noon.
Yep.
Another day of playing with runes. Another day of
No, it
a
was just-
triad
was
lurking
just
in the
shopping.
city. No, we'll retcon that. That's something you guys did yesterday with all that shopping, right?
Sure.
Ryan did quietly wait while we. blathered
Sorry
about
again,
10 different
audience,
things.
for these. Like, what is this? We're coming into our third episode, or third shopping episode.
Shopping and leveling
yeah.
episode.
Well, what do you guys like? At least you didn't go home because when you guys do construction on the tower episodes, those are long.
Yes.
I gotta,
Well,
go, I gotta go back to my.
I think
notes
what we
and go, how
will
many
do
days?
is one day when you've only got like you and me, and like when we're really low, but you need that extra AOA footage. Then we'll go back and do the
do the construction.
Yeah. It says you don't need everybody there for that.
Well, next week is Valentine's, and I don't think you guys should play. I think we should all, spend time with our significant other instead of gaming.
But gaming is.
I'm totally fine with that. By the way, I have a gig that day that may run into the evening, but I still haven't gotten confirmation on the time for it yet. But I'm pretty sure it's like an afternoon thing.
Well, after X amount of years, I met her on the 11th. I brought her and wooed her on the 14th. I took her out on our first date on her birthday, which is the 16th. My son comes home from Japan on the 15th, and the 17th is family day. It's a stacked weekend for me. And Cheryl's really cool. She doesn't mind about, she didn't care if we play or whatever. But we're coming up on 30 years this year. So I have this inkling that I'm going to get you all out of trouble because I want you to be able to play again and again and again. So in the spirit of my 30-year anniversary, go spoil your significant others, partners, ladies, whatever.
Sweet.
Your cat, your dog, whatever you got beside you. And we'll take next week off. Fair?
Fair.
Poor Joe only had 2 weeks to play, but sorry, Joe. He's back on the road. Them's the breaks. All right.
Joe, you and I can play next week.
Yeah, Star Wars. Joe loves Star Wars. What? Playing what? You imagine you get all excited to play, and then you're like, "What do you think we were playing?"
What about Saga Edition?
Sits there, son of a bitch. All right.
Now we are breaking the rule of Joe. That's how you definitely break the rule of Joe. Hey, he showed up to roleplay. We're playing Saga.
Spending the rest of the day, Karam in the lead, diplomacy, gather information, society, or possibly an appropriate lore that might be related to the name Sunset Imports to recall knowledge about this place. Regardless of the skill used, for once, the DC is the same. Remember how I was always warning, there's magic arcane, but I'll squeeze in occult at a higher DC or religion at a lower DC or blah, right? No matter what skill you boys wish to use. Glug Glug, pounding those dark city streets. He's a champion. He's been a cop for one day, and with 17, he comes up with nothing.
Hey, y'all, how you doing? What's going on? Do you guys know what's going on around here? Hey.
Elbrick Stonechucker, his face buried in his formulas, just kind of reaching out, tapping people and half mumbling about Sunset Imports, is not really committed to this with a 19. Karam has the highest roll I have ever seen in the tower in 4 years of Fantasy Grounds. I don't think I've ever seen anyone put a roll and come out with a 40. 4 freaking 0. The whole time he's down there talking, going, guys, I know where it is. It's right. Just follow me, guys. You guys all.
You saying that we were talking over Drew again, and he's been trying to tell us for 3 gaming sessions this information that we haven't shut the hell up to listen to?
Guys, so on to Sunset Imports, and he turns a corner. You guys are gone. Shopping, formulas, shields. He's still wearing my armor. I need to get him a gift. They keep fucking off. It's St. Heart's Day coming up. White chocolate for the next. What the hell? Let's look at our map, shall we? You guys settled in the market up here on the north gate. Seeing that ping?
Mm-hmm.
Found an inn not far away, and coming down towards the harbor, you find Sunset Imports down here, the large rectangular building on the dock. Here, right down here. Sunset Imports. Woot woot. Sunset Imports has been operated by the Varshnastil family for decades, during which time it's been a leading business in Cantargo, bringing in Arcadian goods for distribution throughout Cheliax. However, since Drew got the crit on this, I'm going to let him finish, because this is knowledge that not everybody has and that he has acquired with his crazy knowledge. Like, that is the longest crit paragraph. Damn, get ready for a spiel there, Drew. But hey, at least he finally gets some mic time, boys. There you go. Nope. It's so big it won't let me put it. It's so big it won't let me put it in the chat on Zoom. It's like too many letters. Damn it. That's a first. I literally have to back off a couple hundred letters. That's so funny. All right.
Jeez.
Whenever you're ready, Karam.
Sure. The business's foremost client used to be House Thrune, but now that Ravenul has succeeded from Cheliax and ties with House Thrune have become complicated, Sunset imports have fallen on hard times. The Rash Thrills have long been proud citizens of Cantargo, but their business's financial dependence on House Thrune made some in the family less than enthusiastic. Participants in the recent rebellion that resulted in Ravenul's independence. Unfortunately, even before Ravenul's freedom was established, House Thrune canceled all of Sunset Import's contracts, costing the business most of their income. The Vashenthrils responded by working hard to secure an exclusive contract with the city's new leadership, the Silver Council. In traditional Chelaxian fashion, the Vrashthrils sponsored a theatrical banquet and other expensive entertainments, but Ravenul's government, dictated to the principles of liberty and mercantile pursuits, was eager to establish a tradition against exclusive contracts. The Vashenthrils came off as old-fashioned and decidedly unpatriotic, costing the family contracts with the Silver Council as well. Today, Sunset Imports is a struggling business. The current owners of Sunset Imports, Sandrini Vashenthril, comes to get out of the way. Call herself like a Chelaxian aristocrat, seemingly unaware that she's out of fashion, if not downright offensive, in the reborn city. Rumors that Sunset Imports have recently taken on a mysterious new client have begun to circulate on the streets.
So imagine like a Victorian age British gentleman from London comes to America and is old school and Victorian age and God bless the Queen. And they're all like, dude, we're independent. We're not just the 13 colonies. Oh, well, good for you. Let's have tea and talk about the Queen. And like they double down on their old aristocratic Chelaxian ways, and she carries herself still like a Chelaxian, and they're all like freedom and new Silver City and let's get away from that mindset. And they just buried themselves in their own mold of tradition is basically what that boils down to. But I was so impressed with his 40, I just had to unleash him, right? So Karam's walking along with you guys, giving you this like huge dig on on Sidrani Varshnastil. Yeah, that's a mouthful. So when you guys get down there, head on down, case the joint. How do we want to go about this? Are we going right in the front door? Which, by the way, large double loading doors to a reception area are wide open, and lanterns burn bright in a welcoming atmosphere, even though you're on the docks. Though if you don't want to go near the front door and sneak around, or go in the front and see what's what, how they present themselves to the public, completely up to you. How do you guys want to play this?
Dwarven stealth. Right through the front door.
Unfortunately, the door is open. We can't kick it.
Niles closes it for you. That's his job. Remember last dungeon? It was his job to open and close doors.
The one foil of Dwarven stealth is if you open the door
and then I kick it.
Maybe we should do some logos and intro music while you guys decide what to do.
I am not stealthy at all, so
half our party is not.
no.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Health with Dwarves, the Age of Ashes. I don't even think we talked about the Elven Portal podcast, a Pathfinder 2nd edition. Now we're trying to work out revised edition rules in the Paizo universe, the world of Galorian. Welcome to the Elven Portal podcast. I am your host, GM Jeff Ball, possibly available on Start Playing website, pay to play, if you want it, all my shenanigans at your table virtually for you and your group. Give us a shout. That's assuming I'd approve. We'll know. Who knows? We have all the GMs. We're very good at GMing.
Welcome
Guys,
to
also
episode 3 of leveling your character and buying stuff from Cathedreal.
standing
Also,
a stone's throw away, and I mean like the kind of stone that Muros whips half a mile. Don't worry, you're not in sight. you're not.
So the
You're not
town.
plain sight. Yeah, it's on the
I
edge of
believe
the block.
I won the last fight of strength, so
you did have a divine intervention.
Oh, that's great. You're talking about stealth, and you guys start pitching stones aside the building just to see who's...
I bet you I could throw the stone farther than you can.
we sit there and eye each other, and we're looking at
That's
the
one of my stone throws away. No, we're not. We're one of your stone throws away. One moves up to show how short the other guy's range is. Oh, you need to throw from here. Yeah. Well, there's always the arguing distraction rule. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just see Joe's face.
A gnome and an orc get into a wrestling match in the middle of the street.
Never seen anything more white trash than this.
Considering both are predominantly green in places. Yeah.
Yeah, one's over 6 foot, the other one's 2 feet.
Yeah. 3 foot.
And putting up one hell of a fight. In fact, I'm going to toss him around like a wee man-child in a minute here.
Be careful, my boots are magical.
And so are these hands.
Nice band.
Feels like a My Name's Earl episode or something. Some guy's just throwing around a little guy. Or vice versa.
I'll wield you like a club.
Great
I don't know
club.
how it all went. How did it all go down this way?
You gave us time to banter. That's what happened.
That's true. Yeah. Never give us time to banter.
So everybody from Sunset Imports comes out.
Start placing bets on the orc and the gnome.
Gnome versus orc. The over-under. Hey, Muros, how about I take a dive? And which, of course, I totally wouldn't do. Kyrgyz would not like me taking a dive for any reason.
And then I turn into a huge frog and just eat him. Oh. Now stay in there until you learn what you did wrong.
Lots of cursing that you're cheating coming from inside your mouth, I'm sure.
I thought I have the natural advantage.
Natural selection. Not my fault. Kyrgyz does not grant you shape-shifting abilities, my friend. Now stay in there. Don't make me shut you out later.
Wait, I came back out the same way I went in.
I can
right,
lay on
guys?
hands from in here.
He heals his ulcer. Best of friends from then on. Yeah, starting to attract a little tension on the curb there. Niles and Karam have moved away from you.
No, we're following them while we're bickering and arguing.
I don't know.
Hey, Niles,
you
hear this?
have they even approached yet?
No.
No, we're still happily.
You know, I could burn the whole place down if I wanted to. You know, they took my red stapler. Could burn this whole place down.
Okay, that's killing me. What's that from?
Office Space.
Okay.
I could burn the whole place down. Yeah. I was told that I could listen to my music at a reasonable volume between the hours of 10 and 12. What would you say you do here? Exactly.
Well, that's my question. Now that I've got an actual map here, okay. Yeah, I know the whole lighting thing looks weird, but you see the doors thrown open on the end of the building, and there's some couple of doors or windows as they were.
Victor, are you parking at
Sorry,
Walmart?
windows.
Why the hell are you on 4 squares?
I don't know.
Do you have a sticker? Do you have a little sticker for that? Because that sure looks like, either somebody who's really obnoxious who's bought that nice car and decided to park diagonally in the
Or a
spaces.
Ford F-150 driver.
Yeah.
There we go.
And you're not even
Not-
parked that close to you parked all the way out at the end of the parking lot so that nobody would. I got it. No, I got it. Yeah. You do know that's where they put the snowplow piles, right? Nope.
No
You come
judgment.
back and your car's completely buried.
Berms everywhere.
So yeah, I'm fine to be nonchalant and/or distraction with Miros outside while the more savvy head inside, because we can always get inside pretty quickly if we need to.
Oh, very quickly.
Okay.
Any of our more observant individuals, civilized individuals, care to?
The ruckus rolls your way, taps you on the shoulder there, Karam. I think he's talking to you too.
This is your
Go, go,
sign.
go.
If you don't know, Adam, this is how we roll. Literally. Hey, you green booger, come down to my side, and I'll show you one too.
All right. Well, I guess Karam would just continue to walk towards the front doors. It's a business. Shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah.
He thinks.
You as well, Niles?
Yeah.
Let's give the absent guy and the guy that's too polite to take up too much mic space a little bit of spotlight, shall we? You guys are rumbling and tumbling out here.
I got his boot off.
Sounds good to me.
Who are we fighting?
Give me that boot back. It's magical.
Each other for a distraction that's completely non-necessary at a public building, but here we are.
Gotta
Step away
have
for 5
both
minutes.
the boots for the magic
Time for
work.
time.
All right. So what's the play here?
The more civilized pair are going to peek inside while these guys are being rowdy outside. It's pretending not to be with you guys in case they need to rush in. And as usual, I have you at the very corner edge of the map because there might be combat.
And when a DM says might,
Yeah, so I think
And you can't
I would.
see most of the map because it's dark.
I think I would
wait, there is a map.
tolerate the ruckus for a little bit, but swiftly move away from them to join the more civilized individuals.
Oh, you uncivilized.
Who are you calling?
Oh. And yeah, I'll be with them. You do your ruckus thing.
We can let our ruckus roll a little bit closer.
Yeah, we've intentionally.
Now the DM's lighting up a nice looking map and a door.
Well, as they get away, I'm still happy to keep it
Wasting
distracted.
all that time.
Yeah.
That's okay. You should see Spiegler.
You
He
say
just straight up
you're not
teleports
throwing
to
things,
where-
but that javelin always seems to be on your back. Just saying.
All right. Approaching the door
Yes.
and looking inside. A multitude of luxury home goods fill this showroom. Oh. There's a whole bunch of wrong audio that I have to erase later. Damn it. Yes. Showroom. Very nice. Rugs of vibrant geometrical patterns cover the floor. A mandolin standing atop a stone pillar emits a lively tune on its own.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll say. What do you do?
Walk in.
Advance.
Where is that, Karam?
Oh, we walk in.
Okay. Step right up. Step right up.
Rub my feet on their rugs. I know what they're potentially about.
There's some nice ruggage going on here. Wipe, wipe, wipe. Oh, durable rug too. A room. You are in the middle of the west wall. The room stretches out 15 feet to your north, 15 feet to your south, and about 20 feet straight back to see before you see any counters. On your left, about 15 feet away, said mandolin. On the wall are shelves and walls and more things that they've actually really depicted in this room. Couple of rugs, another trophy case, sort of, showcase. Directly across from you, to your right, and on the back wall are double doors, and in the top left corner, behind a very long bar-like desk, is a single door in the top corner. And a single woman dressed in a sheer head veil with, I want to say, mocha almond skin, late 40s, early 50s, large amber eyes, human, dressed like a wealthy merchant or a low abiding noble, with a diamond necklace tiara on the top of her head and protruding self-righteousness as well as elegance. The person that Karen wants to be stands behind the counter and narrows her eyes at you. Pardon me, are you lost?
No, we are not lost.
I am Lady Sidrani Varshnastil, the owner of this establishment, and I assure you there is little to hear to interest anyone of your, she looks you guys up and down, pedigree. Good day.
Does she happen to focus on me more than the others, perhaps?
She sees what two guys in the door and a dwarf kind of behind you.
Okay.
Maybe just after, if you start talking, she focuses on you. If you guys are quiet for a minute at the insult, you see the eyebrow goes up and the chin goes up as she seems to hear a little bit of a ruckus outside.
What was the
rolling our way.
lady's name in the town that we saved? The elder lady?
Zinadra?
Zanadra? Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Now, Karam just gave us a lowdown on this place. She is the owner, but she's so chillaxian and set in the old Cheliax ways, it's ruined her business. because, Silver City, new merchants, get down with Cheliax. And she abides to the old ways, the old contracts, and it's just freaking ruined her. According to Karam. And his 40 that he rolled in Society of the Tower. So
Nice. He knows all. He sees all.
Yes.
So as she finishes her little spiel, I will say that Zenidra said you'd likely say something of the kind to us. Will we be set in your ways?
Sorry, come in?
Yep.
Kind of lurking in a doorway here.
Yes, I will come in.
You guys all roll up.
Yep.
Okay. There it is. There's the wiping of the carpet. Okay, you guys can't have, unless you're having a dog pile, you can't have the same square. Oh, Fantasy Grounds is broken. You broke it. Stop it. Stop it. Their dog pile,
Never.
not you.
I'll stay on the rug. Keep wiping my feet.
Wipe. Can I have a perception check from the three boys in the front?
Like a tower one?
Oh, yes. Perception is always tower.
Or main page? Is what I'm asking.
Oh, no. Actually, if you guys want to use main page and set the pace, it's up to you. I mean, whether I anchor those rolls into your initiative or whatever later, who's going to talk to Karen first? Yeah, right. Terrible. Get her. Jalaxian woman found dead. Horrible crime. Suspects are a ball of dust rolling around the docks. News 11. Vicar. Perhaps because you've spent your time tavern side the last 5 days interacting with every sort of person as opposed to on the hard road, putting out fires, doing your job. And I mean, because you've been working with people and humans lately, you sense that she seems nervous after a minute, perhaps hiding something. She just wants you to leave as quickly as possible and putting on the snobby facade to try to put you guys off on purpose. You also sense that the diplomatic or deceptive approach would probably work a lot better than intimidation with this woman.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, also succeeding in said DC, you also sense the woman's hiding something and just trying to get rid of you quickly, but not the last bit with Captain 35 and his perception where, you guess at the better route to take as opposed to intimidation. God help us all. What do you do, lads?
I will tweak my Ring of Lies, activating it, casting glibness upon myself for the next 10 minutes, granting me a +4 status bonus to my deception rolls.
Okay.
And so couple that with my cloak item bonus, I get a +6 total to deception.
Okay. To be fair, you are a lead guy, and I try to take advantage of your absence to let the two guys never get mic time come in and do this, but I made them paranoid, and some other players got off on some tangent, and they're at that point I wanted them to be when you left. So before you come in captain schmoozing, I am curious if Niles or Karam have any kind of, even if it's a support role to prop you up, have they got any kind of game on their own, or you're worried that your diplomacy and deception are so bad you're just going to shove Alll forward. Gentlemen, your thoughts before we, or Captain Alll, just...
Not really. I was just kind of thinking about going towards the path of trying to inquire where her imports came from, see if I could shake her loose a little bit.
Yeah, diplomacy.
But that's all.
Diplomacy,
That's all I get.
You want to talk shop and stuff, yeah? Get her going, yeah. $32. With an opening dialogue that maybe you know your rugs? Know what's what?
I see this these fibers and things. It's very interesting. Doesn't seem to be from around this region. I'm wondering where you have imported these from. Perhaps across the seas or somewhere closer on land.
Well, I suppose you do have a sharp eye. and then catching the guys outside that are like looming in the doorway and arguing. Are these gentlemen with you? Taking a closer look at your adventure ready, but I'm assuming an investigator might dress a little bit more savvy than most ne'er-do-wells.
Slightly, sure.
Okay. Now, whether you prop up my lord, Alll the Sorcerer, or again, try and take the lead because it's your hometown, you got her attention at least. Niles, want to take a poke?
Sure.
Deception.
Did I stab her?
diplomacy?
No.
My new rapier, charge! I will activate that main page initiative perception if you like it or not.
Yeah, I will try to be diplomatic as possible.
Okay.
Just shooting the breeze with the owner. Asking what's up.
Okay. A little taken aback, but then striking the pose you see here, where the hand comes up and the wrist flaps, and then the fingers go across. I'm going to say the lower collarbone. And I'm saying, she says, I have the vapors, but sort of noticing how young, vibrant, rakish, even though there might be puke down the front of his a new plate. Oh, yes, the brand new full plate. Perhaps he's a rakish lord, you know? That'd be funny, eh? It just makes you look like your buff football player because of the armor. It's a new look for Niles.
That leads to the question, though. Is it better to be a rake or a hoe?
I see no difference.
You could be both.
Try real hard. She since you approach her in a little bit more pleasantry, I don't mean like "What's up, baby?" I just meant, you know, how is she? You inquire about her. That's what you said, right? That's sort of pleasantry. Not only did you rock a huge role in diplomacy, coming at her also with certain angle gets a couple bonuses according to this. Anyway, so we get her talking. One business, one seems, I wouldn't say flirt, but a woman appreciates a polite young man in full plate armor, strapping as he is. You know, appreciates she might ask him to paint the fence, but, you know, I'm just saying. No, don't run with that, Matt or Doug. I'm just saying. Like, good neighbors. Boys, they seem to have cornered and got her attention. Are you guys behaving back there? You gonna roll in, or just block the door so there's no escape? What's our angle?
They're in the middle of their own little Three Stooges moment. No, sir, after you. No, after you.
And we both like step forward, and then we bump into each other, and then we sort of like look.
Yeah. The door is just 2 inches too shy for both of us to walk through at the same time.
Yeah, but neither of us is quite willing to let the other one go in first. We always keep running into each other at the same time.
It's funny how it's more of like an 80% orc, 20% gnome, but they do fill both doors. I'm just no putting his arm straight out, you know.
Yeah, elbows out.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. That's how he walks everywhere, just so he looks bigger.
I'm not seeing her at all in here.
I don't have a mini for her, hint. I just have a picture of her.
I see.
I can't target her.
I'm just saying, if she were to make a saving,
I want to come in the room if I can't even attack her. I mean, he's just waiting for us to step in so the doors can close in behind us.
Yeah. But there's
all right, wait.
There's
okay,
Mountain Dew and Cheetos in the fridge, and you may have gray eyes, but the girl they talk about in that clip is in your head, not, you know.
Hey, Muros. All right, we're gonna do this on the count of 3. All right, we're both gonna go in at the same 1, 2, 3, go.
3. Yeah.
Shit.
It didn't quite work. All right. An original demeanor, thanks to some lucky rolls from the boys and taking the right approach, seems to get her in the reset mode of where somebody should be. Alll, this opens up diplomacy, deception, and maybe even intimidation if you want to use that down the road. Depending on
I'm
what
definitely
kind of information.
opening up with a deception.
All right.
My lady, you'll have to forgive our appearance. We've been long on the road, but believe it or not, I just happen to be a dwarf of noble stature. Own myself a keep south of the Five King Mountains, outside of a wee town called Breach Hill, which is the truth, but I'm not a noble. And I will, explain the connection with the Zenoba or whatever her name was, and I will,
if you like, if you wanna drop the lie, like the noble part,
greatly, dropping the lie. So here's my lie.
Oh, sorry. You need to add the noble for the ring to work. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
It's happen to be. You have to figure out our appearance. We are actually nobles.
Now, however, here's a lie without blatantly lying. Okay, and here's something you guys could do more subtly. Okay, you could imply it is a brand new, maintained, fully staffed keep, not a ruin that we're trying to fix up with our loose gold.
Absolutely.
You could go the Count of Monte Cristo, Alll, with this kind of thing, and let everything be implied. And this is my cousin and my cousin and my cousin.
But on top of that, I'm going to regale her with our rescue of the small town and the reason why the elder sent us to meet her. But I'm going to also exaggerate our feats. It wasn't 2 drakes, it was 4 drakes. It wasn't 15 slavers, it was 40. We didn't save 50 people, we saved 100.
Okay.
And so because of the glibness from my ring activation, that gives me +4, and then my cloak gives me a +2, and then on top of that, for her to discern whether or not it's a lie, that +4 also counts against her perception.
Okay.
As well. So it's like a double stack.
Do you remember a couple of games ago I asked about the cloak of the Monsibank?
Yes.
Who has it, and that you need to wear it for it to work?
Yes.
Are you wearing it as part of your wardrobe?
I am.
Right. She takes it all in. She balks and pales at the mention of the triad, whether she's like, oh my, because, slavers and all this, it sounds really nasty. It is a subject of, concern, especially for a merchant, or is there an underlying fear there? Not quite sure yet. And then as you're going about and prancing with your story, her eyes fall to the cape. And when you finish, she looks nervously at the double doors to her left and the single door behind her to her right, and she leans over the counter and calls you in. Actually, as soon as you start going on about the triad, right, she sort of motions you closer and gives you that sort of, I want to hear, but let's not yell these things in my establishment kind of thing. My doors are open. And start talking about triad and slavery. People are going to think that that's what
I will take the cue and lean in and
okay.
Instead of I won't be so grandiose about it.
Yeah, well, you don't go into an ice cream parlor and go, dog shit flavor. I didn't know about that, honey. Did you? You know what I mean? Like, it just, the thought is misconstrued right out into the street, right? So you don't talk about slavers while you're at a merchant warehouse. That's not cool. Anyway, you pick up on the cue, get you leaned in, you finish your story. And leaning in, she sees the cape. And not eyes narrowing, her eyes flickering with a bit of hope. And she asks you, how did you come by that particular garment?
Who was wearing it? Was it the big dude who was wearing it?
No, you guys found it stashed in the hull of the ship.
Oh, right. That's right.
It was in the captain's room. He just wasn't wearing it. It was like, treasure mine,
Yep. Oh, what? This threadbare thing. I came across it in the captain's quarters of the slaver ship that we saved the townfolk from.
What was the name of that ship?
Oh God, here we go. I'll roll an intelligence check to remember.
You guys are there. Does anybody want to back this? The second
Jolly
kiss
Roger.
airship of Elkins. No, that's not it.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. That's what came into my head. And I was like, oh, I know this. They're like, no, I don't.
I was hanging out in the
Genie's smile.
transfer room for that one.
It was the genie's smile.
There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. He doesn't have to roll. He keeps notes. And that's perfectly allowable. If you don't want to suffer character rolls of 10 or crappier, Matt, keep
Take
notes. Or, nudge Drew for some. But too
That's
bad he's
what
not
dice
physically
are
present.
for.
She says, did they have prisoners aboard? Did they take many lives?
I cannot say for the lives they took, but there were plenty we saved.
He gets you closer and asks if she could see the garment.
Oh, but of course. I'll drape it across the desk.
Okay. She flips it over, like going to a place on the garment exactly like she knows something is there. And ever so cleverly weaved into the pattern of the embroidery on the edge are the initials SV. She actually looks relieved.
Did this cloak happen to belong to someone you knew?
He blinks at you and looks down at the initials that match her own. Yes. Without stating the obvious beyond that.
So if you don't mind me asking, why would a cloak that belongs to someone you knew be in the captain's quarters of a slaver ship a ways north of Cantargo?
She leans again. If you are no friends of the Triad, was that just a random, we happened into the town, he says. We saw something doing wrong and wrongdoers. We fixed it. And now we're here. It doesn't sound like you hunt them or hate them. It's just like, oh, evil, let's fix it.
Yep.
So she asks you, why exactly are you here?
That's a wee bit of a long story. It's a bit of a personal question on the same token, but
I'm afraid I don't have very much more time, she says, again, looking over her shoulder. If you are here tracking who I think you are, I might be able to help you, but you must understand, I've had no choice in this. I am not a part of this. And she launches into her own, for somebody who said that she didn't have a lot of time, she launches into her own story. We were desperate to stay in business, you see. We had unpaid bills, outstanding shipments, more goods that would foot in the warehouse and no one to buy them. The Scarlet Triad seemed like the only way forward. I just really had no idea what they were really like. I'm not part of any of their frightful activities. I just wanted them gone. I just want them gone now, but instead they've taken over. I can't even get into the warehouse. You notice that the door appears locked from the inside. Well, she tells you it is. And there is something horrific going on back there. I would give anything. I would give up this business, which has been my whole life, to reverse this whole solid mess.
From the back of the room, my eyes start twitching toward the double doors excitedly.
Challenge!
Now, before he goes stealth dwarven style, you realize that this woman has been their pawn, associate, and probably knows quite a bit. So the question is, do you get her out? Do you question her here? Do you learn what you can? Or do we just roll for perception for no apparent reason on the main page? And look at those doors as our first target, because we have no minis in this room.
The doors.
Muros is already there. Wow.
We're on the far side of the room, just kind of twitching toward the.
Oh no! He said
Toss
doors.
me!
Miro.
Toss
He
me!
goes right over.
I'm excited, but I'm waiting for a go.
I was moved unwillingly.
Albert gives the side eye to Karam, and then over his other shoulder to Niles.
Yeah, I would like to take her out. I would like to potentially use her later on against the Triad.
Not like that.
Well, I
Not
was
like
a
it,
little
Dave.
bit
Protection action.
I was kind of looking at Niles, but you can be charming too.
She's standing there waiting for for you to reply to the little story she gave, and we're talking about taking her out. So do we take her out? What do you think?
Oh no, not that type of takeout. Or
In
that
an-
type.
In a loud and exaggerated voice, I will make a good showing of like laughter and you do flatter me, my lady. Of course, I would love to take you out for a lovely dinner. I would be more than flattered by your hand in accompaniment this evening. What time, do tell, do you get off work?
Her eyes go wide, and she looks over at the mandolin, which has so far been covering most of our conversation until this moment.
Yep.
Can you protect me? Can I
The
trust you?
halfling will.
She pushes the cloak, the cape, back to you, gifting it to you, Alll. Can I trust you?
+6 to deception. Flip it on. Of course you can.
Here, hang on just a minute.
In this and all future endeavors involving this warehouse and my up-and-coming distribution of said alcohol through portals. Yes, you can.
I can show you the world.
Muros gets on the rug.
As for the truth of it, if you can trust us, I guess time will tell on that one. But I can tell you one thing for sure. You cannot trust the Triad.
There you go. There you go. I think this rug might fly for you, Muros. Keep going. He runs over there. All right. She says, those doors go right to the warehouse. But that single door goes along a storage alley with several smaller doors that come into the north side of the warehouse. And you might have a bit of a sneakier approach.
Meh.
Says Mr. Full Plate.
Let's go.
It's like, what do you mean? I just got my dwarven stealth suit.
All right, boys, stack on that door. Does anyone want to escort her out of here or tell her to leave or just like get down and we'll come for you
Tell her
later?
where to meet up later.
Yeah.
The halfling will protect her.
Oh, geez, they're just writing you the story, Drew. Damn. You go.
No, don't say that. We need him.
I know.
We should tell her to meet us at the North Side Inn or something like that.
Yeah.
Flee.
Yep.
Shore the
Right.
door, Northgate.
I've been instructed to stay here. If I'm seen by the Triad that are all over the city, they'll kill me on the spot. Flutter, flutter eyelids.
Hide and we'll try to catch on our way out.
Wait.
Says the
got something
champion
for this.
of strength. You hide. Well, I got something to do.
Okay, I'll stay here and keep you safe while everybody else goes and deals with everybody.
I mean, that's the way the GM would like it, Mr. Nerf my big attacks, but you're not lawful good. You're not a paladin.
Nope.
You're a redeemer. So I figured you'd be all over going, repent.
Well,
Here's
she
my
hasn't-
little
she
portable
hasn't
Bible.
attacked
You
any
read
of my
this, I'll be
allies
back.
Yet. That's when I bested that.
Oh,
So
she's a
I have a
little
wee bit
evil
of a
Triad.
thought, lads. And I'll bring my voice low under the mandolin that's playing. I mean, who's to say 5 strapping young men couldn't overpower one merchant lady. Let's just gently tie her up and make it look like we overpowered her. So that way, if at the end of the day we've bitten off more than we can chew in that warehouse, it's not going to come back to stab her in the back.
I have these manacles with these triad symbols on it.
And then I'll
wait,
look
what?
towards the woman for your protection, of course.
I'm thinking Karam, and again, it's in bad form to DM to tell a player how to play a character. However, hard baked into your character sheet, into your class and archetype features that you have chosen. Even having the party going, we'll keep these manacles around, they could be handy, is probably extremely distasteful for you.
Yeah, but we haven't been able to get it sell them either. They're kind of
He's
not great.
practical. Okay, he's pragmatist. All right.
I mean, we can dig a hole and bury them. I don't know.
Let me put it another way. Perhaps carrying them is not so bad. I mean, the guy said we need this as proof that they're out there, but if they start employing them, as Doug was implying, that probably would be very distasteful because, freedom and all that crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say do manacles, but we could tie her up and put a gag on her.
I'm not saying he wouldn't allow it. I'm not saying I'm asking him to stop you, but for the flavor and cringe factor alone,
Yeah, I mean,
it's like you turn to the undead guy going, so the paladin, the oracle, and the divine guy start throwing holy water around and consecrating the ground going, this is part of the plan. Why not you're keeping up with us, vampire boy? And he's like, ugh. This is not cool in my book, right?
I will instead offer to use rope and tie the knot in such a way that she could potentially undo it if she needed to leave.
Okay. So you're trying to make it look like that she's your enemy too. You're not liberating her or whatever.
Yeah,
Part of the triad. Okay.
We'll come back for her.
All right. Let's tie her up.
That way, she has some insurance that if we don't succeed.
Line up in front of the door, boys. Give me a marching order for the podcast because we are getting close to time, and I'm sure you want to see what's behind door number 1.
I do. Very much so.
Niles at the forefront in the lower door. Backed up to the north side, 15 feet back by Karam. Followed by...
I'm right behind Niles.
Yeah, plate mail meat shield. Let's go. Oh, the gnome having a step back. Okay. Oh, but he's making room for his friend. That's nice. No one's taking the spot directly beside Niles in front of the doors. Instead, our new best throw-up friends, our frog, Whip. And did you change back into a gnome?
Yes.
Okay. So that's
Unless
one
you
wild
want to
shape.
permanently allow me to be a frog.
No, there's one wild shape down for the day, though.
No, what?
No, that's his
All right.
natural state.
Do you not have certain number of wild shapes you can do in a day?
2.
You.
I said
How many
2.
times? Oh, 2. Okay. Okay. I was making jokes about you swallowing him, but it did start with I turn into a frog and swallow him. So I'm assuming that's what happened.
No, that was banter.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want to make it canonical, I don't know if Glug Glug wants to spend time in my mouth.
I'll tell you what. Since nothing came of it on the street, I'm not going to force it. No one saw you. You know what I mean? But careful what you say, because if something happened on the street, I would have kept you in that form for good or ill. I mean, hey, you're ready for combat. That would have been cool, but also might have burned your,
Also
fair enough.
We'd have also looked weirder in the door.
Actually, you know what?
His legs stick out his mouth.
Because you said it was locked, right? The warehouse doors
That
were
would
locked.
Unlock it.
So I will step up and use my chime of opening on it.
Ding. I think they're locked.
Ding, tries are done.
Do you have
Puts
to be
away his
5
thieves'
feet? Do you have
tools.
to be adjacent?
I'm checking. That's what I'm looking right now. I'm assuming
stay
so.
back.
But I can take thievery check against locks DC with a bonus of 13. You might need
What
to
range? I'm like
activate the
30
chime
feet.
multiple times to open a target with several forms of protection.
Okay.
This is my first time using it, sorry.
That's fine. So in the tower, or no, it's thievery. It would be open. So give me.
It is thievery, and I am
with-
untrained.
Yeah, but
in
it does it gives you a plus, right?
But it gives me a plus 13, so I'll just punch that right there. Oops.
No, it does the thievery with its 13. You don't get to add whatever bonuses
Yep.
you have to it. Okay, so
So here you go. Big money. Oh, that one.
Oh, here.
That's
oh,
okay.
you burnt-
I
you
got
burnt
10
your-
shots with this sucker.
You burnt your
Just
hero.
go bellboy on it.
he clutches it in the middle, and it won't actually chime because his fingers are clutched around like it won't
Clunk.
vibrate.
Pulling the class.
God damn it. All right.
How many chimes? Does this thing have charges? Like how many chimes do you get?
10.
Oh, okay.
So I'm down to 8 with a 22.
Okay. No, it doesn't open the door, just unlocks it.
Just
right?
unlocks it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You hear the proverbial click. It's a very simple lock.
Sick. I got to put my notes.
Step back.
Okay.
All right, open the door.
You step back, Stone Chucker, or Glug Glug stepping back?
I will step back.
Okay.
Back to behind
Yeah.
my metal meat shield. The cleric. What?
The cleric will open the door.
All right.
Which one do I open though?
The one he unlocked. So the one to the north, giving you a nice meat shield wooden door for you to meat shield upon. Light spills into a large warehouse. I mean, do you see that? See that one beam going to the one towards the top of the wall there?
Yeah.
Like that's half the room. There's so many crates and boxes fill this warehouse, and several tall columns stretching nearly to the 25-foot high ceiling. In some places, some of the columns of containers have toppled over, scattering bolts of colorful cloth and broken furniture all over the room. Other crates have been smashed open and their contents strewn haphazardly about. There is a lot more difficult terrain in here than one might guess, but I'm assuming that there's so much space. As long as you guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, picture like every bundle of crates or a couple of smaller crates surrounded with like close to a crate would be 5 foot of difficult terrain. I'm not looking to like half the movement all through this place, but I could see that if you get within 5 feet of crate, that 5 foot radius around crates, just about any of them, is hazardous terrain because there's crap and wood splinters and shit because somebody's made a mess in here. You open the door. Can I have that 22 thievery check, Alll, as your initiative?
Sure.
So Alll is going to go initiative. Oh, going to be 22. 22. The rest of you can hit the perception as you all peer into the room. Ping.
26, Kerm.
22.
21.
You're Rose.
37.
Okay. So
see everything.
taking a full round, not a surprise round, just time. You're ready for combat. We stack on the door. Wait, pull out the chime, move forward, activate the chime. Ping. Maybe somebody heard something. Maybe somebody didn't. I mean, clack, and then ping. Maybe somebody heard something. Maybe somebody didn't. Well, the mandolin's still playing. Right? So there's a good 30, 60 feet of solid, like, background ambient going on.
Yeah.
Okay. You crack the door. This room is lit. The next room is lit, but much more softly than the main showroom. Maybe just because the lanterns are spaced out, but you guys do note, peering in from our proverbial spot, you know, that you guys can see all different angles. Glug Glug can't see shit. I'm clicking on your characters to show the audience.
Yeah, I see the south wall.
Everybody's thing. Let's brighten up the mood. Are you guys happy just to let Alll back off and we'll just forget about round one? I'll just call it, round two. Whatever heard you, whatever didn't. And starting at round two. Just to make things easy. We have Miros. 5 feet from an open door. What do you want to do?
What do I see? Does anything jump out at me? I mean,
You-
ocularly wise, not physically.
Clicking on your mini, you tell me what you see. Do you see anything in this room besides crates?
I see a statue. I think.
Near the crates, standing in the middle of the room, you literally see like a large crate, the sort of 4 boards or 3 boards, like somebody recently unboxed this statue from a crate. Yeah. You see a crate of a muscled humanoid with flying hair and like a kilt-like skirt and sandals, all made of stone, holding like a stone orb, and it's striking come at me bro kind of pose is the best way I could explain it. And there's a mess of crate wood around it, like somebody is recently like, what's in this giant crate? Is it riches? It's a statue. It's heavy, and we'll leave it here. And they went on and made him. Then there's bolts of cloth near him, and all right? Epic looking statue, center of the room. Other than that, you see cloth and bits and bobs in your straightened timeline. You hear nothing. It's pretty quiet at the moment. No sound or smell or anything assaults your perception for free without taking actions.
Okay. I would like
actually,
to...
you know what? Sorry, since you took a moment to like, what do I see? I'll give you the whole deal. There is that seaside warehouse smell, right? You can smell the salty air coming through the cracks. You can smell a slight must, sawdust, hay, packing, wood, and then it's fresh because someone made a mess. It's not all sealed up in barrels. You smell pickling oils, like lamp oil burning just to light the place. But no smells that are out of place. Because you're a sense gnome, right?
I do. Yeah, that is a thing for me.
Okay. A waft of many warehouse-type smells and stinky people, like within 24 hours, sweaty sailors have been in and out of here en masse kind of thing.
Yeah.
But your nose isn't picking up anything fresh yet.
All
Step in the room, head straight forward into... Yeah?
I would like to make a stealthy dash.
Sure.
If that's the thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Towards that crate.
What is your... what's your total movement?
45.
Okay, you get 30, and like I said, a little bit of difficult terrain as you're picking around some debris to get to that crate for cover, but it is good cover considering your size. And stealth in the tower?
Yeah. It has been
25.
done.
Okay. No combat has ensued. There doesn't seem to be anything here. You guys assume that the beyond the door would be because the way she built you guys up. So until something, maybe nothing, until anything happens, I'm constantly going to turn over this combat. Okay, I'll keep Muros at 37. I'm not going to make him come down to 25. But if there's something unusual where you guys kind of like, fuck,
Yep.
and then go back and want to go back into turn mode and get a brand new jump, I always go with the last skill. So
And I just punch behind. I just get behind the box, and like a fox in the forest, I just stay close to the box and sniff the air.
okay, you got a 30-foot range.
Depends up wind count, but generally 30 feet.
There's a breeze pushing in from under the door, so you got a lot of your upwind to the north. Like the wind is flowing from
Something's
south to
downwind
north.
increases. If it's upwind, it decreases.
Yeah, but I'm saying something north of you would smell you first because the sea air pushing under the door is pushing at you to the north of the room, carrying your scent up. So unfortunately, that's kind of working against you. However, it's a sealed room. It's not like there's a storm or anything really pushing air in here. Yeah, so it's like there's an ambient smell. I can't say that there's a downwind, upwind draft, so you should be okay for your full radius. That said, Muros got a 25 for his stealth. And having to beat not my perception roll, but the DC of a creature that may have seen or heard him, or maybe even smelt him, is
I can relate to that.
my level plus my perception with no mods, right? I always have trouble with basic character DC. Help me out here, Joe. Drew?
Sorry?
Basic character creature DC. the default DC. Everybody has one. You take your level and then you just add you add your level to like the skill, right? Or is it skill with no mods? I can't remember how this works.
The skill plus 10 usually.
Usually. And
Okay.
then modifiers on top of that.
Okay. So with a 17 perception, a 27, Muros, as stealthy as he tries to be, is detected. And as you guys see Muros hunker down at you guys, sniff the air, he seems, just for a moment, unaware that the large stone statue that he's taken cover from and concealment from turns in the direction of where he moved, where he made a little tiny bit of noise, and where you guys have actually opened doors and spilled more light into the room. It turns and immediately begins to advance on our position. Because I turn, I look, and I see a door open. And I heard something. So I'm going to go investigate. 5, 10. Let's kill my fake mini. Now that I got a real mini here. 15. Clomping stone on hardwood boards. Doom, doom, doom. You don't smell anything, Muros, but you damn well hear that. Nothing that large and heavy stomps across the room looking for you and getting closer without an automatic, hey, I smell stone? Thump, 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 thump. Where was I? 15 feet. What's my movement? 20 feet. 20 feet comes out and stops and scans the room. And this thing literally turns its head 60 degrees to the right and slowly just pans through the room. And today's question was a couple of I tried to do it so not to warn you guys. You guys were talking about light and vision and dark vision, and I said, do golems have dark vision? Does anybody know offhand? Do golems have dark vision? Well, this place is lit up. Slowly, but there's just enough light spilling to overlap that it's only shadowy in the center where I'm standing, and a decent amount of light on those walls. And my turn, as I take a perception check, if only stone statues could sniff. It's over. Which brings us to Karam. Karam.
Let's move inside to the doorway, 10 feet to the east.
Don't see it, but you hear it. Clomp, clomp, clomp. Oh, crap. No, there's 10 feet in, and a little bit to your north is a big stack of crates. And from what I'm seeing from the perception mini is you see Snifferson down the crates below, but you don't see, but you definitely hear. Everybody hears what's coming. There's no way I have a stone golem go clompity clomp clomp across this floor without you guys. What the hell?
Okay. I will come out of the door and head north around those boxes.
Oh, sorry. 1 to perceive, difficult terrain, 2 actions to get where I am, by the way. Just so the audience goes, well, he was near crates. Yeah, I basically wasted an action just stomping through all the crap. Sorry. Okay, so you come all the way in?
Yep,
and then I move
north? To the north to the edge of the boxes.
Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there he is.
I'll do a knowledge recall check.
Okay. What do we know about battling golems? Let's go to the battle board, shall we? Not too shabby, sir. Offense, defense, or the classic, what's the big kicker that all stolen golems have that I really need to watch out for?
Yeah, let's go with the special. What do we need to watch out for?
What's the nasty?
It's freaking Dio.
Dun, 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 dun. I would have to say that it's a physical resistance of 10, except adamantine and higher is probably the worst thing because it's hard to hit. So while you're slapping away with useless regular weapons, it just starts plowing you. Because when this baby smacks down with them stone hands, you're going to feel it. Because dude comes down with a plus 24. His hands are considered magical. It's got a 10-foot reach, and it's 2d10 plus 13 bludgeoning damage a pop.
I will not wet my pants. I will not wet my pants.
And I wouldn't say it charges, but it can march right to you and right over top of you and trample you before it even starts to pop you. But that's not the worst part. Because you got 35 and 30, like, seriously, good rolls, dude. The slowing pulse, you get within 10 feet of me, and everyone makes a fortitude saving throw or be slowed 1 for 1 minute. Now, the good news is it's like a breath weapon where the pulse comes like every D4 rounds, but you get close and this thing goes ping, and you might be slowed and can't really get away of my march. So it's got a slowing effect to keep you as slow as it marches right over you before it even starts hitting you guys. Possibly a round or 3 to back off and strategize a bit, gentlemen, in the next episode, because we will see you all, maybe not all of you by the end, but we will see you all next time.